audycji programu So Brainy, czyli o Brainy przy zielonej herbacie. Dzisiaj mamy z nami naszego specjalnego gościa, pana Tushara, który przyjechał do nas prosto z siedziby głównej w Indiach. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to ask you something more about Brainy. And my first question is why educational franchise is so popular these days?
Okay, these questions can be looked into two different parts, educational as well as franchising, right? When it comes to education, everybody knows education is necessity everywhere, all across the globe, including Poland here, right? So, and this is a business, educational business, is something where you will, in spite of economic recessions, you will never find anybody compromising on giving education to their children, right? So education is the most important thing. And parents are ready to do whatever they can do best for their children, right? So in general, educational business is definitely on the top priority that you could consider. In the franchising, right? Educational franchises, I would definitely recommend to take a franchise when it comes to the educational part, right? It's very simple. Franchising system, like what we have in Brainy, has been time tested over and over again, not only in some part of the world, in many parts of the world, in multiple continents of the world, right? So children in general are of almost the same all across the globe. Their mentality is more or less the same. Everybody is looking for the best things for their future and ahead. So our franchise system is very well defined, very well researched and time proven. So that's why this educational franchise are very, very popular these days, and people must consider to take up a franchise in education.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And you have many years of experience working in educational franchise. So now I'd like you to tell us something more about Brainy. Why Brainy is so special?
Brainy is our brand for brain child learning company, and we have multiple courses inside. This brain sensor enhancement is one of a kind educational product that you would never find anywhere across the globe. We are very, very unique, right? And this has been developed after lots and lots of research. It's special because it's very unique. And it covers so many big areas into one particular program, which is going to be helpful to children in multiple ways, not only one ways. About that I'll be sharing with you later. But Brainy is one of a kind program in whole world.
Yes, which means it makes it a premium brand. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely correct. It is a premium brand, no doubt about it, because years of research has gone into this, about 15 plus years, right? And it has been tested in 13 plus countries so far. Okay, of course it originated in Malaysia, right? So there's a lot of efforts and time has been put into this to make it most effective for the children, right? So that's why it is definitely a premium brand, and it is not a common brand that you see everywhere, which is available for everybody, right? This is unique, this is special, and that's why of course it is premium as well.
Okay, now I have some questions which our parents might be interested in. What makes Brainy different from the other courses available?
Nice question.
Thank you.
Actually, there are many courses available in the market. Okay, so English courses teaches only English. Mathematics courses teaches only mathematics. Abacus teaches only abacus, right? They are all specialized in teaching focused on only one particular thing, right? But this Brainy course, you can call it mother of all courses.
Okay.
Why? Because this one course gives its effect and improvement into everything that you do in your life. Everything, right? Why? Because our course includes training for brain and mind together. And we all know the brain and mind are the most important things in our life. Okay? Brain controls all parts of our body. It controls everything. Even if you want to do sports, of course it is controlled by brain, right? And if you want to study somewhere, of course it is also controlled by brain. Your intelligence and your emotional quotient and everything. So, and mind is also very, very important, right? Like having confident mind, having good temperament, having a good control over mind and the temper to deal with the worst scenario situations in your life, with the stressful situations or happy moment or whatever, right? So what we do is we train brain and we train mind.
Yes.
In brain also there are multiple portions of the brain. Brain is very complex. It's very, very complex, right? And what we have not learned in last 225 years of the brain, that science has now learned in only last 5 years. Okay, so it is almost equivalent to what we 25 years of learning and just 5 years of learning put together, they're almost the same way. And there are multi-billion projects which are going on. USA alone is also having a very big project called Brain Project, which is of $1.2 billion. And European Union nations have also funded a very big amount of money together, and they are also researching on the brain and its potential. This is the most fascinating science that people are interested in now, especially the higher level of governments, right? And routine public are yet to know about this. The normal public, normal people don't know too much about it. But yes, this is the hottest thing for discovery or hottest things for research field right now is the brain. And we in Brainy are making use of all the latest research which is going on in this thing, and trying to deliver specially to our children there, right? So what we are trying to do is make the brain better, make the mind better, so that their life becomes better. This is our major purpose. Their concentration is going to increase, their confidence is going to increase, and their emotional balance is going to increase. So overall, child is going to perform good in studies, child is going to perform good in music, it is going to perform good in sports. So whatever courses they want to do later on, right? We would recommend them to do this course first and then do all other courses later, right?
Yes.
Then you will see the efficiency is going to be much, much better in whatever they do ahead in their life.
And this is all actually what they will need throughout their lives. So this is very important.
This is very, very important, starting from today and even until they die.
Yes,
brain is always going to be super house of your body. It is the super controller of your body. So it's better to increase its efficiency to the maximum that whatever we could do here.
Yes, that's true. But when you have parents bringing their children to attend Brainy course, they ask, how long does it take for us to see the effects of the course?
Okay. This is different for all different children. Okay, all children are unique. This is what we say, and we also treat them each and individual as a different, as a unique child. We train them in the best possible manner, right? But some children will get the effects faster, some will get the effects later, right? And all children will have a different kind of effects. We have, let's say. Some children have got fantastic results in linguistic ability. Okay, some people were not very good in languages and they've started scoring fantastic marks in languages. Some people were not, some students I would rather say, some students were not good in music and they've started getting fantastic results in music. Some children, some parents come up and say that, oh, their child was going for karate for last 3 years, but he wasn't able to focus well, and he was missing all the actions and everything, and even the trainer wasn't happy. And just after 3 months of Brainy course, and now he is very much agile, very much focused, and his reflexes have become very much fast, right? And so all the effects that we are talking about, the multiple effects, it will come at a different time in different children, right? But overall you could see the results in just after 3 or 4 months of time. You could start to see some different changes. Slowly and gradually you will see the results there.
That's true. Does it also depend on the home practice?
It very much depends upon the home practice, right? Because what we do over here, we have only 2 hours of time in whole week. Okay, so 24 into 7 days of hours, right? And we are only spending 2 hours at our Brainy classes over here. So this amount of practice is not enough. Anything that you do in your life requires practicing. Let's say example of tennis, or you can take example of music, right? It requires hours and hours and hours of practicing every time. So if children are able to do practice at home, then the results are going to come faster and definitely fantastic later on.
So this is very important that they practice at home.
Yes, very important.
The course lasts 2 years. Is that the optimal time to get the expected result?
Yes, it is minimum time that I would recommend that training should be done for. Right? We are talking about training of brain and training of mind together. right? And as I just gave the example of tennis, nobody can become perfect in tennis in just 2 years of time, right? They need years of practice to reach to certain level of their expertise. Similarly goes for the brain as well. Brain is also a organ of our, the part of our body that also requires special training for longer duration of time to get the best results. If you just do it for just few months and then you will see, oh, everything is again going back to routine. So it's if they are able to practice it again and again and again, repetition for longer duration of time, then their brain will have fantastic abilities that we are aiming to look for in the children.
Okay, it's good to know. In India, Brainy courses have been known and popular for years.
Yes.
Yes. Tell us, please, how Brainy affected life of the children in India.
Yes, this is very much interesting for me to talk about these children here. We have thousands of stories to share about this particular question here. But I'll just sum it up in 2 or 3 examples that I would like to give you here. Recently, this year, 2 of our children, those who had done Brainy about 2 years back, when they joined us, their parents told us that they are averaging in class about 60 to 70%. They were in 7th grade or 8th grade during that particular time, about 2-3 years back when they joined us. And these 2 children which I'm talking about, both of them are in top 10 rankers in the board examinations in the 10th standard in whole of India, right, in the central board examination. So these parents are so happy and they are so much, shocked. Not only the parents are shocked, even the teachers of the schools are shocked. How can somebody have such drastic change in the result? Which they never thought. They were sincere students. They never thought that they are intelligent students. They were just below average and now becoming outstanding. So this was definitely a fascinating thing for all of us, for Brainy team, for the teachers of the schools, and also for the parents. And the child were also the child were very, very confident when they came out with these results, and they were so much happy about it. So this is one of the case. Similarly, we had we had one child who was a slow learner, and they had short-term they had memory loss as well. And this child was a daughter of 2 doctors. So doctor's daughter had this problem there. And when they came to us, they said, oh, we have tried so many different therapies for the brain and all these things, but somehow certain results are not coming up. And we told them very clearly, this is no therapy for anybody. This is a general course for all children, for normal children. So do not expect us to do anything special over here, but we could try out for these things. And after the child joined the course, initially when you used to tell them the spelling, the child was only about 7-year-old, and let us assume we used to speak a spelling of Brainy to her, B-R-A-I-N-Y, and she would remember, she would mug up for let's say 5-10 times B-R-A-I-N-Y, B-R-A-I-N-Y, something like this, and she would remember. You ask her, okay, that's fine, what is the spelling of Brainy? She would speak out the spelling, and after 5 minutes of the break, she would go around somewhere, and when she comes back, ask the spelling, she would not remember anything. What was the spelling of Brainy? So that was the state of the mind of the child. And both the parents, doctor's parents, knew about this. And after Brainy, just 2 or 3 months of time, she could remember everything, only sentences, all the words and everything in a fantastic manner. So parents of the doctor parents were saying that this is miracle for us, and they were so much surprised and they wanted to know the science behind this, all these things. So we just gave them few simple things. You see, our courses also includes some music therapies that that activate some neural pathways in your brain, and we also have some neurobic exercises. These exercises are also to activate the neural pathways of the brain. So these are the things probably that work very well for your child, and that's why they got the right connections in the brain, and now things are working out very well for her, right? And the similar cases we also have for the music and for the sports, and we have got thousands of testimonies with us, and children are really, really happy, and the parents are happier too.
And how about children? When does a child start noticing the effects of Brainy course?
This is interesting too. Children usually, when they come for 2 days of workshop, that is the beginning of the course when they come here, right? Our objective is to make them experience and make them feel and realize their brain is wonderful, their brain is powerful. This is our first objective to be accomplished with the child, okay? And they would start to notice this just at the end of the second day. They will be able to do some parapsychological activities which they never thought it was possible in their whole life. They only thought it was magic, right? It was magical. But they will be able to see in just the end of the second day that they can see things with their eyes closed. This is itself gives them a feeling that, oh, their brain had this capacity which they never discovered so far. And now they know, yes, their brain can do wonders, their brain is powerful. And then they start to feel that confidence in their own self, and they start to do things in a much better and a confident way later on. So just at the end of the second day, they start to feel a difference in their own self. So that is where they start noticing the change starting from there on.
Which is very good to know, because it's only 10 hours.
It's only 10
and
hours.
They already see how much they can achieve if they focus on what they are doing.
Yes, definitely. Overall, what we need to do is to make children realize and make them feel and believe that the brain is fantastic, brain is powerful, and they must use best use of it.
And of course, once they know it, they want to come for the rest of the
Again and
course.
again. Yes, they are very much excited. All the children, 100% children, those who attend our course or attend our workshop, are very, very excited to come and waiting for next class to start.
Oh, which is very good. These are such a great stories. Thank you for sharing your experience and knowledge with us. Thank you. It was a pleasure to have you
It's
here.
my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.